right, this is the Fighter and the Kid, and I'm Brian the Kid Callen, and I'm with Brendan Big Brown Shaw. We don't have any music, and I'm not much of a singer, but all I gotta say is Brendan's got shoulders for days, a tiny head, and a milk dud for a penis. I'm of average size, and my lower extremities would be more at home on a mule. And that's what I got over Brendan Big Brown Shaw.
Get out of here.
Because he's brown and smooth and I'm pink and bumpy, but I dwarf him when my pants come off. Brown and smooth and I'm pink and bumpy, but I dwarf him when my pants come off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just improvised that song. Thank you. Somebody take that song and put it to music, and that'll be our official song. Not bad, right? Not bad.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. By the way,
you know what is bad?
What's that?
Your wrinkly shirt right now.
Dude, I know.
Are you kidding me? I pull up to the studios. Brian's in his car changing like a bum. I go, what the hell are you doing?
I'm living out of my
Shirt's
car.
off. He pulls out. He goes, I just need to change my shirt. Puts on the wrinkliest V-neck I've ever seen.
This might have been worn. I think I worked out in this. I was smelling it. That's guys just smell their shirts. But by the way, let's talk about your shirt, because you've got an outstanding shirt. It's a faded yellow shirt with Bruce Lee. Oh, that's my phone. Sorry, guys. With Bruce Lee on the cover. With his awesome kind of shades on.
Hollywood Bruce Lee.
That's a great picture.
Right? It's a good one.
That was my favorite guy of all time.
I will take a warm hand to your face for your phone ringing during the podcast.
Apologize. I should
After the show. Sorry.
It was my agent, by the way. So I have an excuse telling me that I got a call back for something. I'm so talented. Now, speaking of talented, I want to talk about the Canelo. I want to talk about the cinnamon Mayweather
kid.
fight.
The cinnamon kid.
Mayweather is, without question, I don't think anybody would disagree with it, in the top 5 greatest boxers of all time. I'm going to say that. And
easily.
And just remember, Canelo was 20 pounds heavier than he was walking into that ring. I believe that's a correct measurement.
He was. And it was a disadvantage.
And he's
fast.
It
did not help Canelo.
It didn't. Well, that's the funny thing. And Canelo's not slow, but my God, if you give Mayweather distance, and you've got no choice but to give him distance, because you're not cutting the ring off. No. I love when people say, "Well, if you can hunt him down and cut the ring off." Mm-hmm.
Best footwork in the game.
Yeah,
you're not touching him.
You're not touching him.
Well, after the first 2 rounds, I went, "Uh-oh. It's going to be like this for the next 10. This is exactly how it's going for 10 rounds."
Everybody I know who is in the know, like you and other guys who know boxing well, called it. They were all like, this is just being hyped.
This is the thing. Mayweather is the very best promoter in the business. He's the best businessman as well. And I'm a sucker for it too. There's no competition out there for him. I mean, Canelo, yes. Is he a monster? For sure. Is he on the same planet as Mayweather? No, not even close. And it showed Saturday night. But you watch these countdown shows that Mayweather, let's not forget, is a producer of on Showtime. This countdown show,
right, he is.
Yes, he builds up these boxers. He puts them on his undercard because he's also a promoter. Puts them on the undercard, builds them up. 44-0, indestructible, unstoppable, the one. I'm watching the countdown show. I'm like, damn! For the 3rd time in a row, I'm like, damn! This dude might do it. Well, I'm gonna give you my $80 and watch Mayweather lose. And then he picks him apart, and everyone's like, this is ridiculous.
I know.
He's a genius.
What I love about Mayweather too is what he said after the fight. He said he is the future. Canelo is the future of boxing. He's just got to wait his turn. You got to wait your turn until I'm done.
He's right.
Retiring, by the way, with millions of dollars in the bank and not a mark on his face.
Not a mark. Not punchy at all.
He won the game.
Yeah.
He won the game. Destroyed so many great people.
But this is the thing, and I think people get Mayweather confused with this because, yeah, he's super outlandish. He's loud. He flaunts his money. But it's his persona, and it's his way of the public viewing him. Because, like I said, he produces his countdown shows, his shows on Showtime, which show him his huge crib, his 10 cars, his entourage, his girls. He had an assistant for his assistant. They had a massage therapist. I don't know if you ever saw a massage therapist. I've never had one like that. All mine are 200 plus.
Yes.
That I'm like, damn, save some oxygen for me in the room. I mean, they are just breathing loud. His are ridiculous. So you don't see Mayweather's training on these countdown shows. All you see him is the good life, spending the money.
He's a
he
prince.
shows all
He's
his
a prince.
Yes. Yeah. And then they show Canelo just working hard. He's going to do this. It gets me every time. I'm like, I cannot wait for this fight. Canelo's going to beat him.
Right.
And then 12 rounds of a straight ass whooping that Mayweather just put on.
What you don't see is that Mayweather, by the way, trained very hard for this fight.
Very hard?
He's in
He trains
incredible
harder than
shape.
anyone else in the business.
That's right.
Anyone else. That's why he's so good,
and
kids.
Please remember that his uncle was a very good boxer, and as was his father, but especially his uncle. And this guy came up there's video of him when he was 5 doing shadow boxing and working the fundamentals and working footwork.
I don't know if anyone else does this, but during a Mayweather fight, he's just outclassed him so bad it gets really old. I find myself just staring at the crowd looking for celebrities. All I do is stare in the background at the crowd, trying to get celebrities.
That's when you know you're that good fighter.
Yes, and this is what else is. I mean, you want to talk about the best kind of star in the game? The guy walks out with Justin Bieber and Lil Wayne. Bieber? Oh, that guy only has 20 million followers on Twitter.
I know.
And Bieber looks so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable walking out there. You're out of your realm, my man.
Like a gazelle in a den of lions?
Yeah, just like, shit.
It's almost like Bieber's being used as their traveling concubine.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what, let's put a blonde wig on the white boy and have ourselves a good time.
Yeah,
Sing us a song and dance on this pole.
Yeah, it did not fit very well.
Oh, I love it. Well, I like
man.
that Justin's actually got tattoos now and he's trying to look kind of tough.
He's trying to look tough,
Well,
yeah.
You know, he's a kid. He's doing his best.
Doing some outlandish stuff. Super rich, young.
Yeah. Now,
Would you hang out with Bieber?
He came to a show of mine.
Oh, great. One guy
Right.
comes to a show and he's your friend.
Well, we're very close. We have a timeshare in the Bahamas. No, he was actually in the like up. It was a Laugh Factory Tuesdays there with I think Selena Gomez and this other girl I know who was on this show called The Secret Life of the American Teenager. I did an episode of a couple episodes. Blah blah blah. So I've been talking to them and. He was up there to watch comedy, and I performed, and a couple other guys. And Dom
Did you give him a
Herrera-
shout out?
I did. We kind
In the crowd?
Yes, he was right there. I mean, there weren't that many people in the audience. He's right there, and
Tuesday night Laugh
and Dom
Factory,
Herrera,
Bieber in the house.
Yes, and Dom Herrera, who's an old salty comic. He's been around forever. He's a legend.
Hates Bieber.
No, he was great. Dom's older. He's in his 50s, and Dom looked up at Bieber and goes, "Boy, it must have been really hard when you were struggling between the age of 13 and 14, huh? When you before you made it, huh, kid? You know,
Yeah,
there he is,
you're not lying.
Billionaire."
I'll tell you what, man, it's crazy to me. People hate on Bieber. They hate the kid.
They hate on Mayweather too. Anybody who wins,
fighters get it the worst.
Yeah.
The thing, it's funny because my boxing coach, Tony Jeffries, he goes, man, whenever you post something on Twitter or Instagram, you get so many haters.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm just not used to it. I've never looked at it before. And I said, do me a favor. Go look at John Jones. Go look at, Randy Couture's. Go look at Tito Ortiz. Go look at anyone's in the UFC. It's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
This is how it goes.
It's people hiding
There's
behind
nothing
their-
positive on there
No.
ever. So I don't look at the comments.
No.
I really don't.
It does
I stop.
you does you no
It does you
good.
no good.
Yeah.
It does you no good.
Well, that's part of what makes, I think someone like Mayweather, isolating yourself. Part of that whole entourage thing is I'm convinced it's part of the act, right? I mean, it's part of kind of,
It's his look.
yeah, I'm the Prince of Vegas. Deal with this, everybody. I won, and that's how it goes.
Now what if he called you for his next fight and he was like, "Hey, Bieber's acting up. We want you in the group."
Me?
Yeah.
I do it in a heartbeat. And
Would
they don't-
you?
And yeah, and everybody.
But you have to get tattoos.
I'd get.
You have to get some like Bieber got on his forearms and
That's the problem. I don't know what I'd get.
well, whatever. You're gonna get Team Money,
Yeah. I'd do that.
TMT,
Yeah.
Team Money Mayweather.
Yeah, maybe I'd do that.
Would you do that?
No, I wouldn't. How about that? Because I'd have to shave.
bullshit.
I'd have to shave my forearms.
You don't think you'd do it, huh?
First of all, I'm much taller than he is, and I don't think he wants somebody towering over him like that.
You ever seen his bodyguards? You know Mayweather takes 2 separate private jets when he travels because he feels claustrophobic when he travels with his bodyguard because they're so much bigger than him. So they ride in a jet behind him, and he's on the jet in front. That's how big they are.
It's a lot of
They're
money.
so big. He's like, damn, dog, why don't you guys get on your
I
plane?
saw them. I saw him in Vegas running
They're
back
huge.
and forth between cars, and he's got it's like a
Now,
forest.
I've brought this up before. We've talked about this before. Mayweather, he's in Vegas. You're in Vegas. Let's say you did a show there. You're at an after party.
Yeah.
You're walking through. Mayweather's at VIP. He's walking through.
Yeah.
He bumps into you. There's no big giants around.
Yeah.
Could you take him down?
The answer to that
He's
is,
talking trash to you.
you're talking about the greatest
Like
boxer.
saw The Hangover and it sucked, Callan.
You're talking about one of the greatest boxers of all time. So here's the
I'm
only chance.
not talking about you're throwing a jab at him in the club.
It's the only
You're not
chance.
that
The only
stupid.
chance I got is a double leg, a fast running double.
Yes.
And by the way, I don't pick it up. I lag it. I drive my shoulder into his hip, and I bring him to the ground. I'm holding on. I'm controlling his hips. I'm lifting his hips in the air, hips and head. It's one thing you don't understand. I keep telling you that. Hips high, hips high. He's swinging now. He's not weak.
No, he's swinging.
He's not weak. He's
150 pounds though.
He might be a little lighter, but that's a lot of that's a strong
147.
Very athletic, very strong 150.
Now we're forgetting people. Listeners don't know you wrestled in high school. Let's not forget that.
Did my share of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
I still do.
Yeah. I've rolled with you.
Thank you.
You
Now
got a long ways to go.
But I'm holding his hips up. I got my head. I'm keeping my head close to his chest. I'm wearing him like a sweater. I'm wearing him like a sweater.
Now this isn't the club. There's chicken heads. There's dudes. There's everything.
I'm wearing him like
bottles.
A sweater. I'm trying to hook one of his arms. I'm going for either an arm bar or north-south, whatever I got. And I think at that point, I don't think he has a lot of experience on his back as a wrestler.
No.
He's very specialized, so I might at that point.
So you think you could get him down?
I might at least.
You know what? I think you can.
I'm taking the mount. I'm taking the mount.
You can.
Yeah, but he's also Mayweather, so I have a tremendous amount of respect, and I'm so happy with his face. You got
to catch him off guard. I'm not saying you're like, hey, I'm gonna double. You can do it.
Yeah.
It has to be catch off guard.
You got to come in. But it's one thing to say. You're talking about somebody with ridiculous instincts, but we know that if you practice just one thing and somebody goes for your legs, it's hard to sprawl.
It's not a natural. It's not a natural reaction.
Yeah, if you haven't learned how to sprawl or drive your hips into somebody, you're going to get taken.
Especially
down.
Unexpected. My money's on you, my man.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm not saying you'd beat him in a fight. I'm saying in the club, you caught him off guard.
I catch him off
He's had a
guard.
long night. It's 4 a.m.
Yeah.
You got that wrinkly V-neck on.
Yeah.
Tight jeans.
Thank you. I'm jealous to begin with.
Yeah, exactly.
I got something to
Jealous.
prove.
He's making it rain in there. Oh, and he doesn't drink, so don't count on him being drunk.
He's not drunk, huh?
No, he never drinks.
Oh,
He doesn't drink a sip of alcohol. And you're drunk.
Oh, boy. I might be
I feel
more
like you
dangerous.
loosen up.
I do. I'm loose when I'm drunk. But the problem is I get a little too confident.
forget your
and I
age.
might decide. Yeah, I might decide. Oh, I'm 25, and you know what? Maybe I'll throw down with him. Maybe I'll circle toward his jab, and then just get lit up.
Oh, I'd pay money to see that.
Lit up.
It's a dream of mine. I
catch you right on
fantasize
your
about
chin.
that. I fantasize about Mayweather punch you in the face.
Well, let me ask you this: if you took Mayweather, I love doing these games. If you took Mayweather and you put on 40 pounds, give him 5 inches of height.
Why can't he just fight in the 135 division in the UFC? I'm assuming that's where you're going.
No,
with
I'm
this.
not. I'm asking what he
Dominic
does
Cruz
with
would
Bernard.
tear him a new asshole.
Not standing up.
In the MMA, yes, he would.
Well, yeah.
In the octagon,
Yeah.
on the feet, Dominic Cruz would pick him apart.
On the feet?
On the feet.
No, I don't think so.
No, I'm telling you. This isn't a discussion.
Dominic Cruz is not allowed to wrestle, or is he?
He can do whatever. It's a fight. It's a mixed martial arts fight.
Dominic Cruz, let me tell you.
You got to remember leg kicks, my man. Leg kicks. Enjoy that. Oh, and Dominic Cruz angles? Yeah.
He's got
We're
some
not talking
nasty leg
boxing here.
kicks.
Nasty? The best in the game.
Okay, but let me ask you this.
He's a champ for a
Hold on.
reason.
Hold, please. Hold. Can I work with Mayweather for just 1 month?
Yes. Hell yeah. You got it. Hell yeah. My money's even more on Dominic Cruz.
Just to get him to avoid just to be aware that leg kicks are coming. Once he figured that out with his footwork, you can say goodbye to your Dominic Cruz or anybody else at the 35 pounder.
Not Dominic Cruz.
They're all going
his
down.
His head work's too good. His angles are
you're
too
out of
good.
here. What? His head work? Head work is too good.
Oh, Mayweather.
His head work's not doing anything.
Trade in your 10-ounce gloves. Here's 4 ounces. All right? Enjoy these 4 ounces, and we're going to put a steel cage around you.
He's not touching his face. He's going
to kick him in the face. He's going to kick him in the face.
What?
Hold up.
What?
Hold up.
That deserves a what? I really disagree. I'm going to drag out my what? Because guess what, bro? He's not hearing a peep out of his feet or his hands. And I have a good mind right now to reach across this table and take this warm hand with calluses on it from deadlifting and pull-ups and smack in that beautiful face of yours. Because I'm jealous of how smooth your skin is. And you'll walk into Mitrione with a black eye. How'd you get that?
Nothing
From
new.
an actor by the name of Brian the Kid Callen. That's how.
I'll tell you, it's distracting. How wrinkly your shirt is, and it's freaking distracting. I'll tell you right now, I consider you part of my entourage. You'll be in Toronto. You're part of my entourage.
I got to be pressed.
Leave that shirt here.
I got to be pressed.
Yeah, you can't. Do not bring that to Toronto this weekend.
Okay.
Do not bring that.
I'll be very clean. Take a picture of this. We're going to tweet it.
It is so
pretty
wrinkly.
bad. It's
I
pretty
mean,
bad.
no bad. Mine's bad. Yours is just.
It looks like it's been like underground.
It looks like you found it on the way here. Like you found it underneath.
In a landfill.
Yeah, I just found it.
I found this in a landfill.
Just found some shit. Now let's get away from Mayweather. I guarantee you Dominic Cruz is picking him apart. Let's go. Let's talk UFC 165. Let's talk UFC 165.
Yeah. I want
huge event. I heard there's some crazy heavyweights on there, but we'll talk about him later. Gustafsson Jones.
Yeah.
Hell of a matchup.
Yeah.
And I've said this before. I guarantee you these guys, it's going to be a trilogy. It's going to be one of those classic one wins the next one.
Really?
Yeah. It's going to be amazing.
Why? And based
They're
on
both
the fact,
so young.
I think you've
They're
trained
gonna
with both.
see each
You've
other.
trained with both of them.
I've trained
right?
with both, yes.
You have. Mm-hmm. And Gustafsson has got to be 6'5", a legit 6'5".
All of it. All of it. If not 6'6".
Really?
6'5".
And
Big boy.
you're happy with his feet and his hands.
Yes.
Okay.
And his demeanor. He's not scared of John. That's what I think is different for a lot of these guys. Lyoto wasn't either, but Alexander Gustafsson is just. You want to talk about someone who's game? Man, no one is more ready for a fight than this guy.
Okay, but the problem is he's
and
not.
the reach won't be a factor this time.
But he's not as. That's very true. But he's not the wrestler John is. So
he's
then?
He's not. He's
and
not.
Is he as creative? Is he willing to go?
That's
off on
what makes
those
John
tangents?
so good.
Yeah.
That's what makes John so good. John's pound for pound, I think, the best fighter in the UFC right now because he's so unpredictable.
Yep.
Because of his reach, and he take like Chael Sonnen. Oh, you're a world class wrestler. I'm gonna take you down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna double leg you and take you down, and
Yeah.
punch you in the face.
Now,
what's
having
crazy.
said that, a lot of that confidence might very well be the fact that he's been so much bigger than a lot of these
Yes.
guys. The fact that his arms are that much longer. It's easy to be creative when you can do crazy stuff with your elbows.
Exactly.
So
when you're
that
going against a shorter guy,
Well, you're
you
talking
don't
about
have to worry about
he's fighting
reach.
guys. Rashad Evans, Shogun. These guys are 5'11". It's a
Correct.
very different game when you're fighting a guy
You're
who's
100%
6'6".
correct. Yeah.
You know.
So this is the first time we'll find out what kind of champion John is. Do I think he's going to pass it with flying colors? Yes. I don't think Alexander's going there and freaking beat John up. That is not going to happen.
Right.
I think it's going to be a classic fight.
Really?
It's hard for me to pick this one.
Well, remember, John doesn't finish guys. I mean, he doesn't knock them out necessarily. I mean,
he does finish,
Yeah,
but he doesn't. He
finishes.
doesn't knock guys
Yeah.
out. He TKOs them. He takes them
Right.
down.
That's what I mean.
Gets in side control.
Yeah.
Or because he's so much longer, you control his wrist from guard when you're on your back and he's in your guard, and you think you're good there, and he's throwing these big elbows because he's so much longer.
he's so explosive.
so explosive.
He's so explosive.
And just his demeanor in there, man. I mean, this is my 4th or 5th fight on the same card as John.
John strikes me as just a very, very not only intelligent person, but also somebody who truly believes he was put on this earth to be the UFC champion.
Yeah, he believes
that's
he's
a
different.
huge thing. You get that from him. It's a little bit like
Most professional athletes do, especially in fighting. You just have to think you're a little different because there's no team around you. There's no defensive coordinator come up with a game plan, and you just have to. They're just going to plug you in. You're this robot. You're in there basically by yourself.
Is he in Greg Jackson's camp?
Yes,
Okay, I was
always.
talking to Greg a while back about the fact that he's got a lot of these Russian guys coming in who are big, who can throw crazy roundhouses and stuff. Is John training? One of the big problems for guys like you, especially, is finding heavyweights who are as good or up to your
It's
level.
tough, especially in LA.
So you throw around not only a big body, but a body that's athletic and technical.
Yeah.
Does John have guys who can mirror someone like Gustafsson? Does he have guys with long arms like that in Jackson's camp?
I mean, he has Travis Brown there, who's a very big and tall guy, long guy. It's just different.
Travis is a different fighter than Gustafsson.
Different.
I think is a little bit more athletic than
100%.
Yeah.
Gustafsson's just man, he's just a monster, man. He's just a monster. When I was there in San Diego a couple weeks ago, I was sparring with Gustafsson and Vera. Drove down there from LA, brought my team. They had their team there, obviously. Gustafsson sparred 5 or 6 rounds with this pro boxer who's undefeated. And this guy was coming in looking for blood, man. And they could just box. And Alexander, I thought they were going to stop in the 3rd round. He beat this guy up so bad.
Alexander did.
Yeah.
So
picked him apart.
So his hands.
And his coach goes, Shab, get ready, man. I don't know how much longer this boxer's going to hang in there.
Wow. Oh, so Gustafsson's the real deal when it comes to just his footwork, his understanding of distance
Real
as
deal.
a boxer.
Him and John Jones are the future of the light heavyweight division.
God, man, this is gonna be exciting then.
Oh,
Because you've trained with John a lot, or
I mean, I've been down there with him for 2 or 3 camps.
Explain to me what that means when I say you've trained with John. Explain to people.
He's down there getting ready. Like I said, me and John have been on 4 or 5 cards together.
Yeah.
So he'll be in camp. I'll be in camp. Usually my camp was in Denver, LA, and I'll go to Albuquerque for 2 or 3 weeks. For when I was getting ready for Nogueira, I was down there for 2 weeks.
Which means you guys are wrestling. You're putting on gloves and you're sparring. You're not going full.
In training, no. I mean, you're sparring. You have 16-ounce gloves on. It depends what you're working on. Listen, the only person who never really talks about training and doing well in training is someone who's not winning in the octagon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are very quiet about that because I know Nate Marquardt would always train with GSP and he would never say in a million years, the only thing I'd say, how do you do against him? And he'd go, good. That's all. That's all he'd say. He'd just give me, I do good. And it's really taboo to ever talk about I knocked this guy out in training.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who's going to talk about that's not worth too much.
Right.
Or they haven't done anything in the sport. Training does not. I mean, you ever talk to an NFL guy who's like, this week in practice, I intercepted the ball 4 times.
Well, a fight is a
sweet,
different
man.
game.
It's practice.
Yeah.
No one cares. You're not getting paid for that.
Well, it's a whole different game, man. If you don't rise to the occasion as a professional athlete, chances are you're not going to be in the top 10.
No, different game.
And when you're in there and the adrenaline's going and you guys are both going for broke, and that's really what it's about. You've got 2 excellent athletes trying to kill each other. That's with very small gloves on. Your margin for error.
You know what I'd love to hear? Let's hear your prediction of the Matt Mitrione versus Brendan Schaub fight, which I think, and a lot of fans on Twitter, it's weird, is the most talked about fight on this.
You're talking about
I'm a little biased.
You're talking about 2 guys with excellent hands, first of all, who hit with a lot of power. The experts would say that Mitrione wants no part of Schaub on the ground. Mitrione's also got to be very careful of Schaub's takedowns. Now Mitrione's got Kenny Monday, who is a great freestyle wrestler in his camp.
He's not with that camp anymore.
He's not?
This breaking news. This just in.
Yeah.
Doesn't train with them anymore.
He moves around a lot. I think that Mitrione has moved from camp to camp.
Yep. He's not with the Black Zillions anymore. I don't know what's going on there.
And
I'm sure. Believe me, he'll be ready for the fight. If I know Matt very well, he will be ready.
Matt's a hell of an athlete. My money's got to be on Big Brown, obviously.
Take a warm hand to your face instead otherwise in the studio.
You got a strategy? You can't talk about your strategy, can you?
No, I mean, I can. I just think everything that Matt does, I do better. You want to keep it on the feet? Great. Let's keep it on the feet. Let's do it on the feet.
He's a southpaw.
He's a southpaw.
Got to be careful of those hands.
Yeah, you do. You know who else was a southpaw? Mirko Krokop. Talk to Mirko how that worked out.
What about...
I mean, listen, I just think... I think Matt does a lot of things very well. He's very explosive, great footwork. When the going gets tough, when I make this a fight, I promise you Matt will quit. There's not a man in this world in the UFC, including Cain Vasquez, John Jones, no one who could make me quit in there. And you can't say the same for Matt Mitrione.
Your resting heart rate, I believe, is at 40, and Lance Armstrong's is at 38. So you're
No, this just in.
Oh boy.
My resting heart rate was 37.
What?
Yes.
That's impressive.
37.
The kid's got some serious cardio.
Yeah, my resting heart rate is 37. That was at the doctor's office 2 days ago, and we looked it up. That beats Michael Phelps, and I think I'm tied with Lance Armstrong.
That's sick because me and Rogan were talking about watching you, and we were watching how light you are on your feet at 240.
Yeah,
you're ridiculously light on your feet.
Oh, so. And this is the other thing on All Access. I mean, granted, this is training, whatever. Like I said, no one really talks about training. However, on All Access, Canelo, they showed running the 800 meters. He ran his 800 and I think his best time was 256. On Friday, I ran a 252. And I'm 100 pounds heavier. I'm just saying.
That's why they call him
Canelo, see me on the track, son.
That's why they call him
see me on the track.
Brendan the Bulky Gazelle Schaub. That's why your new nickname sometimes
thick gazelle.
Is the Bulky Gazelle.
Speaking of bulky, how about my favorite jeans the other day? I finally get home from training. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Go to jump on the couch. Split. Busting them right down the middle.
Juicy thighs breaking through, huh?
It's a curse, man.
No, I know.
It's a double-edged sword. So I'm like, man, I need new jeans. Realizing it's going to be a beast to get new jeans. I realize this. So I go to Nordstrom's here in Santa Monica. My buddy Brian, his name was also Brian, is there. the guy's playing for the other team. He likes dudes. I have zero problem with that. That's
likes
whatever.
dudes.
He's playing for the other team. Likes
Right?
dudes.
He helps you in your jeans in the dressing
He picks
room.
out 10 jeans, right?
Yeah.
We're going through these things, and it is interesting. First of all, I'm sweating profusely because I'm a little uncomfortable. The jeans are so tight on my ass. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
You can't get it
And they're
in.
skinny jeans. He's giving me skinny jeans.
No, of course he is.
Brought me white skinny jeans.
There it is. Now you guys still dating, or how's that working?
We exchanged numbers.
Good,
exchanged numbers.
good,
I
good.
did buy the jeans from
There
him.
you go, there
and
you go.
this is why you see this apple bottom now.
Why don't you squeeze into them jeans right
We'll just
there,
squeeze
big
it.
bro?
He goes, yeah. I go, bro, they're just a little tight. He goes, I'm telling you, man.
He broke out his scissors and he goes, we'll just cut this area out.
He goes,
right here.
this is what's in. This is what's in. I go, I realize this is what's in. I'm telling you, it's hard for me to walk.
Assless denim chaps. That's what's in right now. Let me cut these out for you there.
We're gonna have we're gonna reach out to a good buddy of mine. Most people will know who this guy is, especially if you watch the Travel Channel, Ghost Adventures.
Zak Bagans.
Zak Bagans, my man. He
is an animated dude who seems to love what he does.
and loyal as they come, man.
Yeah.
As loyal as
He hunts ghosts. So now you are coming down to the wire here. You're fighting on Saturday. You have a week.
yeah.
You have less than a week. What is your week like now?
A lot of it's media. I mean, I fly to Toronto early tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. flight. I'll get there. As soon as you land, you got to check in at the UFC offices, and you'll go through some stuff. I'll sign like 200 posters or something like that. And then Tuesday night's pretty chill. I'll just be with my team. Henry Gracie, Tony Jeffries, Lauren Lando's there, and then my manager.
You training?
Lex McMahon. We'll train right around the fight time. So I'm the third to last fight in the main card. So I fight pretty late. So I'll probably train at like Extreme Couture's in Toronto down there.
So you'll train at the time.
I'll
that
try and
you'll
get
be
my
fighting.
body used to chilling all day and then going at night.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit opposite.
What is
in
training?
camp.
What does training mean?
Training's light. It's all game plan stuff. The work's been put in.
You do some cardio.
I'll do like 2 or 3 rounds on the mitts, very short sessions, like 2 or 3 minutes.
What about some
sessions. Definitely some jiu-jitsu.
Yep.
A lot of guys don't do anything. Like Shane Carwin used to do nothing. He used to get there and chill in his hotel, turn out the lights, and watch the fishing channel. And it was
awesome.
miserable.
Oh, God.
When we fought on the same card, listen, man, I wish people could feel what it feels like to wait around all day for a fight, and the nerves are racing, your mind's going crazy. And I was in the room by myself, and I hate being alone. I hate being alone in general, let alone the day of the fight. So I'm like, this sucks. Me and Shane's fighting Brock Lesnar. I'm fighting his training partner. I'm like, forget this, man. I'm going up to Shane's room. I text him. He goes, come on up, brother. I go up there. There's a bunch of people over there. He has this master suite MGM. It's a sick-ass room. I look at the TV. The fishing channel's on. I'm like, well, I don't want to watch that. Shane goes, come over here, man.
Fishing.
Fishing.
Like, come on, dude.
Oh, I want to shoot my eyes out.
Yeah.
So we look down at the pool, and it's MGM. There's all these people partying at the pool. Shane takes a deep breath. He goes, in that deep voice, what the hell are we doing? I go, what the hell are we doing, brother? I go, man, I don't know, man. We got to fight tonight. He goes, this sucks. He goes, that could be us down there. I said, yeah, but all of them want to be us, man.
That's true.
And then he goes, I don't know why we do it. Yeah, I hear you, man. Listen, I'm going to go back to my room by myself.
Thanks for the negative
Fishing and
heavy-
Nancy Kerrigan over here. I'm going to go back down to my room. This has been the worst pep talk ever. The worst pep talk ever.
That's so funny.
It was awful.
Oh my God! You know what you need? You need me there, and I'll hum the Rocky theme.
That'd be dope.
Pum, pa, pa, pum, pa, pa, pum. Can I be in? Would that be
That'd be
obnoxious if
sick.
I show up like right before you're gonna go out?
I wish you could be my Bieber. I wish they'd let us walk out
Rum
like
pum
that.
pa pa pum pa pa pum pa pa pum.
Ooh, I'd love
Rum
that.
pa pa pum.
I would love that.
Just me over the loudspeaker with a microphone. Instead of rapping, rum pum pa pa pum pa pa pum pa pa pum. Rum pum pa pa pum pa pa pum pa pum pum pa pum pum. No 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 no.
That'd be amazing.
Gonna fly no. I have the worst voice.
Would I get booed? Would I get booed if he came
my
out with
God.
me? If you had that shirt on,
I
you
bet
would.
you could
It
get-
is throwing me off right now. Man.
I'd be
I
in this
swear to
shirt.
God,
I'd be in
if
this
you bring
shirt.
that shirt one more time, man.
This shirt, and I'd be singing that. We'd get the biggest cheers in the world.
We might.
Rum pum pa pa.
You're crazy if you don't think I'm mentioning you in my post-fight speech.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
I want to hear it. Brian Callen. Brian the Kid Callen.
Let's talk to my man Zak Bagans. Let's get this guy on the phone. Ghost
try
Hunters,
Zach.
UFC fan.
He's an avid UFC fan.
Avid UFC. This guy knows his fighting.
Who do you ever get like contacted by certain people who are pretty famous and stuff? Here we go.
Nothing like Bieber. No.
Hello.
Zak Bagans, what's up, brother?
Sorry, it kept going to my friggin' voicemail. How are you?
I'm pretty good, man. You're on air with myself and Brian the Kid Callen.
What's
over
up,
here.
Zach? Brian Callen here. I like your show. I like your attitude, my friend. And
Thank you.
yeah, I mean, I always feel like when you walk in and you're like, "What's up, ghosts?" You're gonna. It's
No,
probably
I don't do that. I don't do that no more, man. I'm sick right now as I speak because the difference between like what I do and like what Brendan and these MMA fighters do is when I fight these demons and stuff, they tear apart my insides.
It wears you down, right, Zach? I know you were telling me sometimes when you do a show, you get done, you're worn out, man. Am I right?
Yeah, I call it a lockdown hangover, and it's starting to get worse. And Brendan, when you investigated with me, and by the way, my fans, I think like Brendan more than I do. You guys like a instant Ghost Adventures star investigator. But when we had Brendan on, we investigated a special episode in Denver, Colorado, at the Peabody Whitehead Mansion.
well, a lot of demons.
You know, we're using Whitehead Mansion. We're using this device called the SB7 Spirit Box to where you can hear them communicate with you directly, and they answer your questions and whatnot. And I feel the more and more I'm doing this, the more and more I'm being used as a conduit, between the living and the dead, and it's just really wiping me the hell out.
How do you protect yourself against the bad demons, man?
Yeah, the bad demons are no good. So you don't really see me screaming and holler at them like I did earlier on in the season 2 and stuff. I was a freaking idiot until I realized.
So you've learned not to mess.
this
You've
is.
learned not to mess with some of them demons.
How about the other? Because there's really 3 of you that go into the house, right, Zach? So how the other guys feel it
Right.
too, or what? They're feeling pretty worn down.
Yeah, they have attachments, and on October 4th we got this 100th episode special that we filmed at the actual house from The Exorcist.
Oh wow!
Where one of the most famous exorcisms in history took place, and I talked to one of the most educated demonologists in the world, Dr. Bradshaw, and what he was telling us is the attachments and the demonic attachments and how long they stay with you and what they do to your life. And I've seen my closest friend, Aaron and Nick. Nick has a little baby daughter. They wreak havoc with his family. They've destroyed my friend Aaron's marriage.
Jeez,
it was a big part in destroying his marriage.
Might be time for those guys to get out of the show, huh?
Might be time. I can't deal with this
Right? I don't
demon
know
stuff.
if these risks are worth what I do sometimes.
I
And
know.
I'm
Let me tell the
screwing with
listeners
things
out
that-
there. Let me tell the listeners what Zach does. First of all, Brian, this dude goes to the scariest places in the world. Him and his 2 buddies with their cameras go in, look for these spirits, these ghosts. They lock themselves down in there.
Oh yeah.
You're talking all night, pitch dark.
Yeah, I'm not.
Dude
I'm not,
is crazy.
I'm not comfortable with
Dude
that
is
stuff.
crazy, man.
Hey,
And you get the biggest and baddest tough guys that walk the country, like Brendan coming in, locking down with us, and seeing him get scared.
Dude, I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I was scared shitless.
oh man, my wife
Are you
my
kidding
wife
me?
won't even watch scary
They
movies.
said your name. They said your
Dude,
name.
I was
dude.
so
They said your
scared.
name, and then
Brendan.
Did I go?
they gave us information. They gave us information about a rape and
Yeah,
a
on that
possible
murder.
murder that happened in the 1970s, and I actually called the Denver Police Department after that investigation, gave them our evidence, and they listened to it and gave us permission to use an independent body exhuming company to go through with it and see if there really is a body where the spirit was telling us there was one.
Huh.
People don't realize how insane and how much, how deep we're getting into this research. It's all with this digital age, man. Cell phones, all this new digital innovations and technologies allowing us now to tap into these frequencies and spectrums.
One of the craziest things I've ever done, straight up. I went home, slept with my lights on, convinced my brother to stay the night with me.
And you punch people in the face for a living. Hey, Zach, you're a big UFC fan?
I'm a huge UFC fan, and I support UFC, particularly Brendan and all my fans and whatnot. So whenever he fights, the whole GAC family gets behind them, and we watch it.
Dude,
I watch it all the time. I love MMA. If I wouldn't be, battling demons, then I really would love to have trained and done this.
Zach's
more,
fit too now. You guys see him on the show. This dude's in shape.
He's in
too.
shape, huh?
He's in shape.
Now, Zach.
I can beat someone's ass, man. I can beat someone's ass.
Zach, I know down in Vegas. Just going out. Listen, I've been in Vegas, man. There's some knuckleheads down there. Have dudes ever tested you? Like, oh, there's the dude from the Ghost Show.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't gotten into a brawl here. Or wait, let me rephrase that. Maybe one. But they don't test me so much. I am in shape. I do train.
Yeah, you're not small.
I do train and whatnot. I work out, but it's just like, man, you guys don't understand doing what I do and testing these spirits, and whether they're demons or good spirits, man, they latch on to me and they suck every bit of energy out of me. And
do you have any
the
predictions?
Kind of stuff I do with at home is insane.
You got any predictions for the UFC? For this fight, this coming fight?
Yeah, Brendan Shaw by knockout in round 2.
There you go. There you go,
my man.
How about John Jones?
And I'm usually
Gustafsson?
pretty damn good with my predictions too.
Listen, Schaub, the people in the know would consider Schaub to be the favorite here for sure. What about Jones Gustafsson?
Jones and Gustafsson, that's a great fight. I'm going to have to go with Jones on that one as well, and I'm also going to go with a round 2 knockout with that.
Ooh, nice.
Do you have a favorite fighter?
Well, I support Brennan a lot. I also like Vanderlei Silva just because I like his friggin' brawling fighting style. He's an explosive fighter to watch as well. And he's from Vegas here, so I got some friends that know him, so I like to represent my Vegas boys. And anybody that has the balls to go on an investigation with me and get some crazy evidence like Brendan Schaub, I got to support that dude. He's tough as nails.
And I'll tell you what,
he knocked out Crow Cop like a badass.
and the Ghost Adventure family, you want to talk about loyal fans? Dude, I hear from them all the time.
Non-stop
right?
on.
Oh, my God.
Your show
is
is
our
very
favorite investigator we've ever had, man. We're filming season 9 right now. We just finished 100 episodes. I've had all kinds of crazy guest investigators, Vince Neil, all kinds of people. But, man, my fans absolutely love Brendan and support him and really love that investigation we did.
Hey, Zach, now,
was pretty badass.
I got to ask you a question. So I love, like, horror movies, scary movies. What do you think of, like, these Conjuring movies and those scary movies that are out about demons?
The Conjuring scared the shite out of me.
Scariest movie I've ever seen.
I didn't...
Man,
Yeah,
Zach probably watches them and it's like cartoons for him.
That movie scared me, and so did Paranormal Activity 1 and 2.
And what do you think? What's your take on those? What's your take on those?
You know what scared the crap out of me was Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
They were genius. They marketed that film like it was real.
Yeah, I agree.
So I went to the drive-in with this girl, and I was sitting there like screaming, and I went home and I had to sleep in my house at alone that night, and man, I was scared out of my mind. And then a week later, they came out and said it was just a big marketing ploy. But
it was genius, though.
Some of these movies are cool. Some of them are really Hollywood. I know what's real, and I keep it authentic when I present my investigations. And,
for sure, I was just wondering if they do you justice. Like, do they do it justice at all, or is it just like straight Hollywood, where you're like, come on, man? Like, I'll watch fighting movies. I'm like, this is ridiculous. This isn't right at all. Like, this is stupid.
What's the scariest movie for you of all time?
For me, of all time, probably The Exorcist.
Thank you.
The original Exorcist.
No doubt. That to me is the scariest movie of all time for me. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was actually depicted on a real event, and to know that I just investigated the house where that exorcism went down makes it really personal and intimate for me. And I know that when a demon possesses a body, it's scared, man. I've had a exorcism performed on me before, and it's not fun, man. It's something that I feel like I'm involved in now, and I don't think I can ever really get out of it.
That's intense. Now, Zach,
it's creepy in that respect.
As long as the ratings are good, brother. Come on now.
No. Well, Zach. So it affects you. So I don't know if you're dating someone or what. Now, how's it affect your personal life? Like, because I know if the girls I talk to, I say, hey, listen, I might be possessed from now on time. I might be exhausted from it. There could be some negative side effects of my job. They're going to be like, see ya. So it's going to have to be a pretty strong.
Well, some people are really superstitious too. Some people are like,
oh, for sure.
You know, I mean, my mother-in-law will not even, she won't even, if there's a scary movie on, she won't even talk about it. She's so afraid of demons and stuff like that and ghosts.
So when it comes to that, Zach, how do you deal with it?
That's a great question, and you know, and it's a very real thing, because out of about the last 10 girls that I've dated, maybe 12 over the course of 3 years, I've had several of them attacked in my house. I'd had one push down a flight of stairs in the house I'm living at now. I've had another one that really didn't even know who the hell I was. She gets up off the couch after we're watching TV, grabs her purse on the kitchen counter, and she's having a tug of war in midair with her purse, and she starts gargling weird words, runs out and sits in her pickup truck and starts bawling her eyes out.
Wait a minute, are you dating actresses? You dating actresses who live in LA? Because I've had the same experience, and it's not demons.
Dude, I don't even know if I'd hang out with you at your house.
The girls that are into that stuff, man,
That's crazy.
It's no joke.
That's
I
crazy.
built a dungeon in my house, so all these negative spirits and stuff can just go stay down in there, and I don't think that was.
Well, here's the problem, Zach. You got a dungeon in your house, and you mess with demons. I don't think that's a good dating. That's not a good calling.
Like
card.
he said, some girls are into it though. He's picking ones who are into it.
Yeah, that's true. Some girls are.
Some girls love being
those
afraid.
Girls are,
Yeah,
that's awesome, brother. Well, Zach, we appreciate you, man.
Zak
I wish you the
Bagans
best. You're the man.
Okay. Brandon, good luck to you Saturday. Myself, all your Ghost Adventures fans, we're all going to be watching you, and thank you guys very much.
Thanks, brother.
Zach.
I'll talk soon.
Take
man.
it easy, man. We're across.
Okay, bro.
Later,
right.
man.
Well, that was Zak Bagans, and I'm not a big believer in any of that stuff. I'll just be straight up.
I'm telling you, I went on his show, man, and I was so scared. Now, Grant, do I believe in some of that stuff? A little bit. It's hard not to.
Yeah.
But let's say, so in the room right now, we have 4 people in this room. If 3 of us tell you there's a ghost in here, we turn out all the lights, and 3 grown men all believe it's true, it's going to sway your decisions a little bit.
Yeah, not mine. But the point is this. The point is this.
Bullshit.
I believe in what's called science. But here's the thing.
Science?
I
so you only believe in science?
Yeah, I don't believe.
So then you don't believe in religion? This podcast is taking a weird turn. I'll tell you that right now.
Wait a minute.
Science?
I don't believe.
Only believe in science?
I actually don't believe.
So there's no science for love. You got to believe in love.
You're right. That's a good. God,
I'm just shutting you down.
Bringing
there.
a good point
love,
up, though.
Religion, ghosts.
You're right.
Aliens. We can't predict aliens.
There is mystery in the world. There are things we cannot measure. Religion being one of.
How did your shirt get so wrinkly? Science can't explain that.
Metaphysical questions. But here's what I have to say. Ready? I don't believe, and this is ready. This is what I have to say. I believe that every psychic in the history of the world,
ever,
is a fraud.
Okay,
is a fraud. and
my peeps down Venice Boardwalk beg to differ. And you tell that to them, I guarantee you get beat up.
I believe they're all frauds and know they're frauds. How about that?
All right, palm readers. Yeah, the palm reader on Venice Beach probably cannot see the future.
I also do not believe in.
You don't believe in ghosts at all,
or demons.
Ever. Okay, no. Consider just the other day you told me a ghost story on the subway in New York.
Well,
really,
that did kind of happen.
Really? Oh,
that did happen.
How do you explain that?
Well, it was a very hot day. I'm walking in the subway. There, I walk by this very tall black man with his jeans cut up just below his knees, and he was on cardboard, and he was playing the harmonica, and I couldn't believe how he was dancing while playing the harmonica. It looked like he was dancing on air, literally. He was on his toes. I remember I thought to myself, he's so athletic. Like he was such an amazing dancer, and he was playing this incredible harmonica. As I dropped money in his thing, I turned, and as I walked, he said, "Hey!" And I turned. He said, "What?" He said, "You're gonna be famous one day, man. You got that look." And I said,
"I guarantee you didn't have that shirt on when he said that."
I didn't have the shirt. I did not have the shirt.
Guarantee you got that shirt. I'll tell you, I would have turned around and said, "Hey, you need to go get a job 9 to 5.
You're a bum." No, he said, "You're going to be famous one day. You got that look." I said, "Thank you, man." I turned back around and I heard the harmonica go again. And then it stopped, and I turned back around, and he was gone.
Explain that through science, then.
And I believe that
You
maybe
saw it
that
with your own eyes.
might have been an apparition.
And you just gave us this whole spiel on some bullshit that you don't believe any of the other stuff.
Yeah.
And then
I believe I'm the only
single-handedly have
person
seen
who's
it.
ever seen a ghost, and every other story's a lie. There, I said it. There, I
So
said it.
so you think what Zak Bagans and those guys are doing, you don't think they're really finding stuff. They go to the very scariest places in the world.
I like that Zach believes what he's doing. I like that show has a lot of fans. I like that, there are a lot of people that very much believe in it. I've not been with Zach on those.
I guarantee you, and Zach, I guarantee Zach's gonna listen to this. I guarantee Zach, have Brian on your show. I guarantee you're singing a different tune.
Zach,
I promise you will
I
sing
will
a different
come on
tune.
your show.
I promise
I'll
you
come
will.
on your show.
I guarantee you. It's intense, man.
Yeah.
And if Zach, let's say Zach and those guys are faking it, they deserve an Academy Award. These guys are in the wrong business.
Yeah.
They need to move to L.A. They need to come to Hollywood
Yeah.
and start acting
Good for them.
because they're too damn good.
This is
It's
entertainment.
real. It's
It is
real.
entertainment. Let's be careful with the real stuff. I mean,
It's
that's-
real, dog.
I mean, it's
You just gave me a story
It
on a
is-
black guy tap dancing playing the harmonica.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy how athletic and dancing was. Easy on the stereotypes.
Hey, are you trying to
And
say-
then
I'm just
I turn
saying.
around. He's tap dancing, beatboxing, black guy, very athletic.
I didn't say it was
dancing.
beatboxing, bro. I just said
That's basically what you said.
No,
and then I turn
you're
around.
flying.
Oh, hey, Brian, do you think he could have ran off because you gave him money, jackass? Do you think that could have
he
happened?
might have run off. He might have.
He
just
got his
decided
money and ran off.
and then ran off because
And
I
because
dropped,
you gave him money, he goes, "Hey, you're gonna be somebody."
because I dropped a $1,000 bill in there. That's why, ladies and gentlemen.
And he
Because I
ran
believe
off.
because I believe in giving. I'm a giving man. Looks like we had about an hour. Yeah. Listen. We covered a lot of ground. We covered my shirt. We covered Bruce Lee. We covered the Canelo Mayweather fight. We covered the upcoming battle between Matt Mitrione and Brennan Schaub. We covered UFC 165, and most importantly, we covered the fact that Brennan believes in ghosts and the boogeyman. And I'm gonna have to teach him a couple 1-2 things over a late or early supper, late lunch. At the moment, so we're gonna sign off, ladies.
You need to sing us out.
We'll
Give us
see
a
you-
ghost sing.
We'll see.
Sing us out like a ghost would. You know what? Why don't you play the tune the black guy was playing for you in the subway?
Hey, man.
Crazy. This athletic black guy.
I
Oh,
was just-
really?
Look,
You're an asshole. You're an asshole.
Excuse me. I was being complimentary. He just
And guess what? You're not invited to Venice anymore. You talk shit on the readers, the palm readers. You talk shit on everyone
Yeah,
there.
I think they're
Don't
all-
show your face around
I
Venice
think they're all liars.
because they're gonna listen
I
to
don't think
this.
Zach is. I think Zach is genuinely believes what he does.
Zach, put Brian on your show.
And,
Let me watch him shit his pants. I guarantee he will be singing a different tune.
I might be a little
Zach,
afraid.
do me a favor. Get him on the show. He's
might
gonna
be
freaked
afraid.
out.
Thanks to Zak Bagans for joining us, ladies and gentlemen.
Give us a little jingle. Give us a jingle.
I don't believe in ghosts, but Brandon does. If you jump out of a closet and go boo, 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 he'll poo his pants, poo his pants, poo his pants.
Peace.